As we continue a harmony of the Gospels, following the life of Christ, we now see Jesus healing and teaching and healing, we could say, many people. And this is going to be leading up to the Sermon on the Mount and, well, to the selection of the 12 apostles and the Sermon on the Mount. So I'm reading from Mark 3, 7 to 12 in the authorized version of the Bible. And Jesus with his disciples withdrew to the sea, and a great multitude from Galilee followed, that is, the Sea of Galilee, and from Judea, and from Jerusalem, and from Idumea, and beyond Jordan, and about Tyre and Sidon. In other words, from all over, a great multitude, hearing what great things he did, came unto him. And he spake to his disciples that a little boat should wait on him because of the crowd, lest they should throng him, for he had healed many. Inasmuch that as many as had plagues pressed upon him, that they might touch him. And the unclean spirits, whensoever they beheld him, fell down before him, and cried, saying, Thou art the Son of God. And he charged them much that they should not make him known. Notice the unclean spirits recognize Jesus as the Son of God, and but he does not want their testimony, and so he charged them to be quiet. And so Mark writes about how so many from all over were coming to Jesus to be healed. Now we come to Matthew 12:15 to 21. And Jesus, perceiving it, withdrew from thence, and many followed him, and he healed them all. Notice again that Jesus is healing everyone and charged them that they should not make him known. In other words, again, don't talk about this, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Now, this is in Matthew, and Matthew quotes a number of Old Testament texts. And the one now will be Isaiah 42, 1 and 4. And notice Matthew quotes that text, and it says, Behold my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall declare judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive, nor cry aloud, neither shall anyone hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and a smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. And in his name, shall the Gentiles hope. This is a beautiful text. It is the first servant song of Isaiah 42. You have one in 49, short one in 50, and then in 52, 13 through 53. This is the first one in Isaiah, and Matthew quotes it, showing how that Jesus is the servant of the Lord as the Son of Man. And we're told that the Lord is pleased and has put his spirit upon him. And he's going to declare judgment to the Gentiles. And notice this text on the servant shows his gentleness. He will not strive, nor cry aloud. neither shall anyone hear his voice in the street. Looking at the gentleness of Christ. A bruised reed shall he not break. In other words, he's helping the broken and the crushed. And so a bruised reed will look at those that are broken. He's not going to break them. Further, those that are bruised. And a smoking flax will he not quench. A flax that's ready to go out, but he won't quench it till he send forth judgment unto victory. In other words, he's going to be victorious in his healing and in what he accomplishes. And we're told, in his name shall the Gentiles hope. And Matthew, from the very get-go, focuses on reaching out to Gentiles because the Magi were the first to see Jesus in Matthew. And so that's a theme that Matthew clearly develops. And we're seeing in this part of the life of Christ the great healing ministry of our Lord and his gentleness and the way he's reaching out to people that are crushed. And that's what we are to do as ministers today, whether we're pastors, whether we're not pastors, but believers that love Jesus Christ. We're to be gentle. We're to reach out and we're to help those that are bruised and those that need to be lifted up. That's the ministry of the gentleness of the servant or of Jesus. And he calls his disciples to do the same. So we'll stop there. The next video will be looking at Jesus selecting the 12 apostles, and this will be followed by the Sermon on the Mount in both Matthew and Luke. So let me stop there at this point in the life, following the life of Christ in a harmony of the gospel.